Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's back into the big one, Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. And I thought today we will resolve a turn. I'm trying to resolve a turn every other episode. Now, I said I was going to go all the way around the map, and then I thought, well, I had just said, well, we're going to resolve a turn every other episode. So let's stick with that. So this time I'm going to go around China. We haven't looked at China in a little bit. So we'll look at China for the first part of the episode, go through each of the units, what we're trying to do with them, what are we trying to accomplish? What are our objectives, sir? We're going to go through all of these units and then we'll resolve the turn. And then when we come back next time, tomorrow, I will probably go down into Australia. We'll look around in Australia and some of the islands off Australia if we can get to it, and then resolve again and just keep resolve, resolve, resolve. Let's just look, while we're looking at China, let's just go up here and see what the heck we've even got up here. We've got some fighters. Okay, well, they're up here training. Their experience is only a 40. This is the problem, of course, with the Chinese Air Force of any sort. It's just the experience is terrible. And the planes are terrible. Other than that, they're great. Anyway, they'll be up here training. That's fine. We're defending at target. Looks like we can turn that to combat. That's how long it's been since I've been up in this area of the map. We also have these guys who are marching all the way up to Kashgar, I believe, or no, they're going to Ansi. Oh, I've got them going the other direction. I'm sorry. They're coming down to Ansi. So they were all the way up here. No real need to defend that in the Tarun Basin. I don't think the Japanese have their eyes on it, so we're going to be marching south out of there. At Hami, we also have some planes. Again, these guys are training 39, 39, 44. Now, their maximum range in hexes is 6. So, you're gonna have to rail these anywhere you want them to go. As a matter of fact, apologies. Why don't we send them down to, where do they have to go first? There's Urumechi. Where is that? Is that that? No, that's Ansi. Okay. Where's Urumechi? I don't want to have to go search for it. Gosh darn it. Kashgar, Wasu. Oh, it's up here. So that's that. That's this up here. Interesting. So we don't really have a good way to jump them out of here. I guess we could go to Ansi first. Why don't we do that? We'll transfer. These guys are at least a 44. I mean, at some point you're just sitting back here training them. You may as well throw them into some bit of action. Uh, the Chinese have absolutely no air ability really, so any little bit helps. So that's down to Ansi. Um, what is this? New Xuan. Sure. Sure, that's how you say it. That's how the locals say it. Combat move. Nope, they're a target. So let's go into combat mode. All right. That essentially just means if they did get attacked, they're halfway prepared for it. You don't want them in move mode. So should something really crazy happen, I guess if the Japanese get all the way up here, we probably got bigger problems than that one unit at Kachwan. What do we have here? Okay, this is signing, right? Gosh, why is that blurry to me? Yeah, it is signing. Okay. We've got some bombers back here. You may not have thought about the Chinese bombing force, but I have. Not really. They're just back here training as they should be at 100%. We also have a few units back here. The Chinese combat at target, everything looks good there. We probably don't need to revisit this part of the map again unless it's to grab planes and what few planes that they have and of dubious quality to be sure. Um, Combat, defend. These are troops at Lanchao. I can tell you in other games, Lanchao is a little more important, like that Warplane Pacific I play. Lanchao is a main supply source, but here it's just kind of shuttled off to the side. Kuncheng. All right, we've got some fighters here. Hey, they're all the way up to a 40. We got them training. Looks good to me. We also have a base force here just to help with them. I guess when we come to ANSI, then we'll just kind of keep, we can jump down a little bit further. Although these have like a maximum range of 6. I don't even see where they're going to go, but we'll figure it out later. Um, Let's jump a little over here to the east. Now we have had some action around Patao. When I say action, we're kind of on the run. So yeah, sure, action. 17th Group Army is out here. Combat. They're moving to Patao. That's what we want. I'm keeping them in combat mode because they were getting attacked. Yep, they're both heading towards Patao. So okay, let's get them over here. And at Patao, we do not have enough supply. Now, the Japanese have cut this way of getting supply. You would hope we'd be able to get some supply in here, but it's very difficult terrain. So you're always going to have supply problems out here to some extent. What do we have here? A 179 AV, 81st Chinese Corps. They're at defend, combat at target. That's all we can do. Let's hope we get some more supplies over this way. These units we are trying to get to Patao as well, including the 35th Chinese Corps, 3rd Provincial Chinese, and 83rd Chinese Corps. They are all moving. Nope, they're all in combat mode, I should say. So you can see here, combat. They're headed to Patao. They've gone 7 of the 92 miles it takes. Now, I think these guys got attacked as well, as he tries to keep us from getting too big of a, presence here at Patao because it's kind of his northern flank, right? I mean, we get up in here. This is Mongolia. The Soviets have a lot of things up and around and by Mongolia. So this is really the northern flank for the Japanese. They want to keep a presence here, so we can't just go around them, maybe encircle. I mean, if we did get around them and push really hard down here into Tencent, we could cut off everything out of Korea, Manchuria, etc. So, they're going to do everything they can to keep us off of that flank. This would be a pretty substantial force if we got it there. What is this? This is 22nd Chinese Corps. He's moving to Yan'an. All right, I do have him in movement mode because he's kind of out here all by himself, moving down by this river to Yan'an. Nothing else really, this is all Japanese, of course, until we really get down here near Loyang and Chenchao. Let's look at the Lusu War area. This is the one unit I could never get out. It never dies, and I could never get it out. It's like a bad horror movie. I don't know. I mean, I've got him I always put him on, move, move, but he never gets anywhere. I don't know. Let's put him on move once again and see if he can march his ass all the way up to Chengchao. We'll see. I don't even, they've got some support units in here. I don't know why it's not just automatically destroyed. I think it's because it's a command, right? And so they're treated a little differently. But holy smokes, I mean, this guy's gotten attacked so many times. But whatever. Hey, live on, my friend. Let's go over here to Yan'an and see what we have going on here. We've got 12th Chinese Base Force, 18th Group Army. 1st Construction Regiment. So we're at target here. All looks good. At Yan'an, we're building air fortifications and the airfield. I'm in question whether we really need the airfield. I guess maybe later on it could potentially come in useful to bomb some stuff here as the Chinese build up a little bit. We'll see. The red Chinese army is here. Mao Zedong. Red Chinese Army, 42nd Chinese Corps. Um, okay, I've got them. Well, this is interesting. Where did my red Chinese units go? Why am I marching up here? It's a great question. I feel like it's none of those. They're all headed back to Cyan, which is good. I feel like some of these must be red Chinese. Is this? No. No. I'm on the hunt for Chinese communists, and I don't even mean that like it's going to be a bad thing if we find them. Uh, I don't know where those dang units are. Are they down here? I guess that's possible. I seem to have lost them. Um, Oh wow, that's a bad supply situation. Okay, well I'm not going to spend the whole episode looking for them. We have Yan'an was kind of the unofficial home of the Red Chinese during the war, their base camp, so to speak. Highly defensible. It's behind a river. It's behind a lot of rough terrain. So that's fine. We'll just move them up here. Let's see what these units that we do have at Yan'an, make sure they're supposed to be here. Okay, that all looks fine. We'll just keep it right there. This base force is Red Chinese Army. Okay. They do have some infantry units, though. Okay. I just said I'm not going to focus on it. My OCD kicked in. All right, what do we got going on down here? This looks fun. This is Taiwan, not the Taiwan you're thinking of, but Taiwan. Right. Well, I mean, he's trying to get into this hex. He's also got a bright red group right behind there. So let's see where all of these guys are at target. Oh, no. Combat. Combat. Okay, that could have been a little bit of a disaster had they been attacked. Luckily, we got up here. Combat. Okay, they just do not have enough supplies whatsoever. It may also just be smart to drop them back. I mean, it's hard to tell really what they're trying to defend here. I mean, we're up on the railroad. This is a railroad hex that connects, north to south right here. It does come through Taiwan. Um, so I see the utility, I guess, a little bit. We've got more units here on the way. I think we may turn them around. I mean, there's just not enough there. If we get attacked here, we're probably going to get destroyed, I would imagine. What do we got? 459 AV, though. What's this grouping? This grouping is, wow, it's another 180. I mean, you put these two together and you've got damn near seven, well, no, six. I'm good at maths. A little over 600 in nav. But these guys, I think maybe we'll just turn them around and have them come down this way. Maybe not to Loyang. Another reason this unit's good, these units defending here are good, is it kind of keeps them off Loyang and Chengchao. I mean, if they're kind of tied up here, they can't all congregate right here. And these are such important places. I do think I'm going to take these guys, though. Let's move and let's move them back down this way. I don't know. How about that, Hex? Um, and maybe that'll help the supply situation as well. Let's set all to this op mode. Let's set all to those combat orders. They probably already were. And let's set all to follow and all to march. Okay. Just make sure. Yep, everybody looks good. All right, so they're just going to come back down this road. If we could either put them in Cyan or maybe around here to Loyang, uh, if we get a problem in either place. Now we've got these units sitting over here, including 27th Chinese Corps. These are both in 15th Group Army. Combat Defend, they're at target. They may as well sit here. I mean, we're kind of blocking off this area. We've got them a little more kind of crescent here. I guess if they came and attacked here, it's possible we could sneak around behind them and do a little envelopment potentially. We'll just stay right there. Let's look at Loyang, one of the more important places on the map. So those units we just looked at a moment ago were part of 15th Group Army. So fine. We've got 1389 here for garrison, and as you can see, the supplies are 7938. It's showing us a little low, but honestly, that's not bad. Required 4,033. We've got 22,000 frontline infantry troops, almost 23,000. Second line troops, about the same number. We got 124 engineers in here. We're making this Loyang Fortress. Da, 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 da. We're already to a level 3 on that. That looks great. Let's make sure everybody's okay. That's what I wanted to make sure. Combat. Okay. Now then, these guys are on combat. We've got them set for Cheng Chao. 80th is in 14th. 14th is here. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's let's see. Yeah, he's already on the move. He's almost there. These are the guys I sent over there the last time we were in China, just because they were starting to attack Chengchao. Let's actually go down and look at Chengchao. Let's make sure everybody. Yep, that's why we check. Get on combat. There we go. Combat, defend at target. That's what you want to see. We got replacements on for everybody up here. Um, Looks good. We've got 1244 here and 175 engineers. Now, who would have ever thought the Chinese had a lot of engineers? I kid. Three buildings, 16%. Towards a level 4 fort. Wow, we're really building this sucker up. Um, Okay. I mean, I don't really know what else to do there. They're in good shape. We're going to shift a couple over, but they'll still be in command range. And then we have even more coming in. 51st Chinese Army, Combat Defend. They're all headed for Chengchao. They're all part of Lusu War area. Um, okay, looks excellent. If we could ever get Lusu War area out of here. But they're going to come right up here to Chengchao. I like that. Let's look back here at Nanyang. See if we've got everybody the way we want it. Combat, at target, defend. We should have most of these set up. That's why I haven't spent a ton of time in China. They really should all be well set up at this point. We're finding one or two odd strays here. This unit, what's your deal? Did they get blown out a little bit? Um, Huiyin, Nanyang is where they're set to. Let's think about this for. I think they escaped up and out of here, right? Who are they a part of, though? Lusu War area. Okay, and then this is Fifth War area. Where is Fifth War area? Whoops, can't get to it from there. Um, is Fifth War area up here? 24th group, First War area, 39th group. Okay. This is Jingsha, 4th Group Army. So I'm looking for 5th War Area. Hello, for 5th War Area, where are you? 2nd Group Army, 3rd Group Army. Hmm. Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I think, is just bring them, towards Nanyang, maybe? Where, do we have them on the move? Well, we've got them set to move. They're not moving anywhere, though. Um, let's bring them up towards Nanyang. All right, off you go, off you go. Set all to this op mode. Set all to these combat orders. Set all to follow. And set all to march. And we'll take them all up to uh, I'm gonna put it as Nanyang now. I don't know if we'll go all the way there. We may loop around right here to Xin Yang if we can, but let's put it at Nanyang just now so we know what, kind of what the original idea was. We'll set them all to Nanyang. Okay. Off you go, my friend. We've got this unit that's kind of like a blocking force that we've got sitting up here. This is 31st Group Army, Combat, Defend, Xin Yang is what we have it set for. Now, he did come strongly back into this hex, I do believe. No, not really. That's right. That's right. We know that we've got more out here than him, right? So let's do ooh, okay, can't do it with the headquarters. Let's do combat. Do we do a deliberate attack to start with or a shock attack? No, let's do a deliberate attack. Let's set all to these combat orders. Set all to this op mode. And we'll try a little attack out here, see what kind of joy we get. We've got, let's see, how many? Assault strength 1296. Okay, well, I'll take that. Supplies, we're running about even there. We kind of need to either take Xin Yang totally or get the hell out of here. But we're going to hit there if we can. And then these guys, 21st Group Army, should be heading to Xin Yang. They are combat. Got to make sure they're on combat. Yeah, they're all heading there. They're 24 of the 46 miles in. So they won't get there this turn, but they should get there the turn after that. This group got absolutely pounded, and we're just going to have them. I wanted to keep the pressure on here, but I think we've just got to take them back to Aichang and regroup a little. Set all to this op mode, set all to these combat orders, set all to follow, and set all to march. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Back, retreat, retreat. They got gobsmacked out here. In this little battle. They lost, I think, what almost 5,000 men. In just got poof. Now they did pull out here to go there, which is kind of an interesting thing. It did take the pressure off back here a little bit. What is this unit? Who are you? What are you doing? Oh, that's Fifth War area. It is at Nanyang. Well, look at me. I totally got that right. Man, I impressed. I totally impressed myself there. Okay, back to Aichang we go for a second. What do we already have here? Move? No. Let's have you on combat. These are units that help come in and take Aichang, 18th Chinese Corps, and a base force. Also with Aichang, okay, we are building fortifications. Already got it to a level 3. Who knows about this Xin Yang thing? It was kind of a hope and a prayer. Doesn't look that promising to me, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that's Aichang. Let's go up and around the kind of the plateau up here that is now the de facto capital of China for at least the nationalists. Let's go up here. Nothing there. I think we probably have just, well, we got one infantry here. Assault strength 270. What the heck? 95th Chinese Corps. Okay, well, that's a nice little reserve that we could bring off the bench at some point. That looks pretty good. Chengtu, we've got a bunch of stuff training back here. Training, what's our experience levels? We got one that's like at a 48. Okay, so these are mainly bombers. We really can't run bombers because we don't have any fighters. I mean, you got to protect them with something at least. What do we got here? That is a force with a 251. Okay, so we got some really strong forces just back here in the perimeter, making sure, nothing gets back here. H-81 A3s. Okay, here are the Flying Tigers. This squadron here, 15 and 1. We're not really running them at all. I'm tempted to take them down to Rangoon because we're in just all kinds of bad shape here. And maybe we should. Maybe we should. Let's get back to that. Hold on. My bad. I was distracted here for a second. Oh, there we go. Duh, there's the Flying Tigers. Let's transfer to a base and let's start taking these out of here. They're just not going to do any good in China itself. The question is, how far can I even get them? Um, I guess we have to go through Kuayang, Kunming. Is that right? Chongqing. They should be able to get further than that. Can they get down to Taiyun? Can they get out here to Lunming? Oh, they can. Okay, they're going to go to Kunming then. They still have one that will be left behind, but time for the Flying Tigers to move on. They're just not, I mean, we're wasting them up here, and we really actually need them at Rangoon. So I'm going to take them down there. One was left behind that's damaged. Let's look at what else we have out here. We have these really crappy fighters. As you can see, no experience here except for the Flying Tigers, had 67, only one left. We've got a bunch of different kinds of planes, but we're trying to train up their pilots to the best of our ability. At Chungking, we also have all of our reserve stuff, and so, oh, this guy, Central Reserve, we'd put to go to Changchao. Interesting. I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever. That's the Central Reserve Command. I'm not sure why we would have that go to Changchao. Let's have that set for Chongqing and just keep it here. I mean, that's the kind of thing you keep in your capital or what is acting as your capital now. Okay, that looks good. All of these units, we can eventually take them out. We've got artillery, anti-aircraft, we've got some anti-tank, so we've got some more specialized units back here. All right, let's see what's at 6th War area. It's at target, defend, combat, everything looks good there. At 6th War Area at Chengte. Let's go up to Changsha, the arguably the most important place you have on the game. We do have I-15s up. Now they did okay last time, actually. They took down some zeros. These guys, got balls of steel out here flying that aircraft against actually, like modern aircraft. But sure, okay, let's keep them up. Let's keep them in escort. All of these guys, for the most part, are at the right place. This is not. That came out of Kukong. Or do we want to ship that down to Kukong? That's part of 20th. Okay. Kukong. 7th War Area, 12th Group Army. Okay. Maybe we don't want that then. This is 9th, 27th, 29th. Oh boy. Where's 20th Group Army? Hey, somebody raise your hand if you're in 20th Group Army. Who is this? Um, Combat, defend. We've got them at Changsha, set for Changsha, but that would be a retreat if they get knocked out of here. We may as well keep them in this hex. Now, I've been thinking, I think maybe we just start drawing all these guys out. That's what I usually do. I tried to stick with, Cole's ideas here as long as I could, but we're going to pull them out. Actually, I guess we'll have them on move mode to begin with. Not sure if that's the best idea. We could come right back over here. It doesn't even look like the Japanese have anything over here, but eventually I think these guys will have to come around and come to here. I really want them in this hex, but I'm afraid they'll try to march straight this way. So let's take them down this way if we can, and then we can put them in that hex after that. Set all, set all. It's 230-mile march. Not ideal, right? I mean, there's just Japanese activity everywhere. We're going to do the same with this unit. Put him on move. Get him a marching. Guess we're going to put them all, try to get them all to that hex. Okay, that's fine. We could set an objective, but why really? Third war area. Okay, we're going to have them move. Where to? I'll tell you where to, right there. Hopefully he can make it straight down the road. That would be awesome. So we'll set all to op mode, combat orders, follow, and march. Okay, excellent. Um, the guys at Wen Chao, we will try to get out. That is 20. Well, I always go back and forth on this. These guys might just have to stay there. um, excuse me. I mean, they're not going to make it out probably anyway. They may just fight to the death. We'll see how it develops. I'm going to leave them there for now. But everybody else, we're going to get out of here and get them back across the river. Whoops. Let's actually put this on move. I think they could move. All right. So now you're moving, you're moving, you're moving. Let's hope moving quickly. This guy can also, I'll put him on move mode here in a minute, but you can drop back there. So we'll have a lot more coming into this area. Move, okay, that's fine. All right, so now we got all those kind of set up the way we want. What do we have here? Not a whole lot, really. I mean, we've got um, assault strength 341. Well, it's a little stronger than you would suspect at first glance. What do we have down here? This unit is a 174. Okay, we're not being threatened here at all. Why don't we take this unit and have him go help out up here? We may as well combine them for now. It's 92-mile march. That's not bad. Let's just have him go up there because we're not being threatened here at all. It looks like he would cross here or maybe even come here and then on. But this, junction, and then we've got all of these forces coming there now. So I think that should be fine. Let's look at Changsha one more time. So I do have this one going to Kukong, I should say. Let's just keep him on combat for now, and we'll come back. We'll revisit this next time around and see if we actually do want him to move out to Kukong. You know, we need help down here. There's no doubt about that, but I don't want to get too carried away. Changsha is the important part. So he's moving up there. This unit's just kind of floating out here. What is this? 191. Okay. It's part of 29th Group Army. Let's also... Eh, hmm. Why don't we move him there? All right. Looks good. Okay, we'll do that. We'll move him up there. We've got him moving up here. We know this looks fine in Changsha. Now, what do we got behind here? We've got this unit, which is at Hengweng. I think that's its target. It is indeed. Is that on combat mode? It is. All right, that's the important part. Then we've got these two units sitting here at Shengtong. There's that Skengtong. Um, Okay, combat, defend at target. All right, these guys are kind of just a backstop. Then we have another sort of backstop here, another infantry unit. He is combat, defend at target. Excellent at Yang. Then we have these guys, 6th War Area sitting up here. Combat, defend at target. All right. They're really protecting any kind of advance towards Changsha down here. We also now have just massive force at Aicheng, so that's excellent. We've got somebody at Chengkang. Who is that? Who are you? Who are you, sir? That's the 55th Provincial. It's at a target. I've got him set on move. Why is that? No, no, no. There we go. Did I have him move somewhere? No. This is where he was supposed to move to. He is there. Down here at Kukong, that we seem to be a little worried about. Combat, defend at target. Can't ask for better than that. Looking good. Wu Chao, these groups were on the move really last, they got into a scrap a little bit down here and now they've kind of fallen back, but let's keep them right at Wu Chao. I had some other units that moved back. Oh, look, he's moved into this area, which is interesting. Now, we were going to cross the border here and go take this base, Lang Song, right? Is that where he's headed? Well, it's that hex, right? Um, I guess maybe it's actually this hex we had him going to. Well, hell, let's just go there. I don't know. We distracted this force, and now he's down here. We could drop this back. What is this? Seven. Oh, he doesn't have hardly anything. 64th Chinese. This was just kind of a breakout of the core. Okay. We also moved a unit down here, which I think, yeah, this was 64th Chinese B Corps. This is C, and I think this is A, right? Or did I have that backwards? This is C, and the other one's A. Got it. Okay, so sure, let's have you go take that base. I don't know. We'll threaten Indochina. Um, Looks good to me. All right, I think with that, so we've flown the flying. No, these are torpedo bombers. Actually, we do need to get this out. 12 away, transfer to base. 12 is the max. Changsha, Hangyang, Kuiling, Luchao. Select on the map. Can I get him over here to Lunming? Oh, bad weather. Okay, gotcha. We'll be back for you, British torpedo bombers sitting out in the middle of China. Um, Yang or Yang, I'm sorry. Combat defend at target looks good. Lunming. All right, there's our flying tigers. I think everybody's supposed to be here. Should be. All right, that was a nice little trip through China. I think everything's fine. Well, I mean, the big decision here was let's pull back behind the river and get super defensive. I mean, it's nice to hold him here a little bit, but as you can see, there's a lot of Japanese forces coming this way. Let's just get the hell out of there. Let's conserve those forces, set them up on a defensive line here on the river, and go from there. And with that, let's resolve the turn. What do you say? Let's do it. First of all, let's save this. Do 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 do. And we'll save. Just making sure. As I always say, it's a little older of a game, so you always want to make sure. All right, let's do it. We're ready. I'm excited. It's going to be December 30th. All right, off we go. Can't wait to see how oh, we've already spotted a couple of more here in the main task force. So here he comes. This is going to get hot. He also may be landing in Davao this time. I'm kind of surprised he has not landed in Mindanao. Really, he's had these two ships just like sitting here. I'm not really sure what they're doing or what they're for, but what did we identify these as? I guess I can't look while this is resolving. All right, all right. Sorry, dead air. We were talking about our Thai food order, my wife and I. I'm always honest with you. They canceled our damn order. Come on, Uber Eats, you're better than that. Nothing more exciting than Thai food to be delivered, and then they crushed my dreams. Luckily, I have a wonderful wife who has now volunteered to go pick it up. Can't beat that. That's why you marry him, gentlemen. All right, setting cap. Let's go. Let's get into the action. Come on, Gary Grigsby. Men in the machine. Gary Grigsby's minions in the machine. There we go. Landed on some Locky. That should make you happy, Stanley. Babel Dewab, God, I'd love to see that fortune. Remember in Indiana Jones, the original Indiana Jones, when that German sub like comes in with the Ark, and it's just that massive like submarine complex out on some island somewhere. That's how I envision Babel Dewab in this game, as we've seen just unit after unit. Oh, here we go. We're off. Six Nels coming in hot on Singapore. They did get an airbase hit and a runway hit, but we damaged one and we destroyed one by flak. Good job, Singapore flak. I felt like our flak has been a little underpowered in this game. Am I crazy about that? I just don't feel like they've taken out as much. I think we've now got 24 flak losses that we've inflicted, but that doesn't seem like a whole lot to me. Betty times 11, one damaged. Oh, they're hitting. Oh gosh, are we back to this again? Is this? Yeah, Batangas. All right. Well, hopefully they'll destroy the rest of those planes so we just don't have to watch them bomb Batangas over and over. In on Singapore again, this time unescorted Sallies again. This is at night though. The game's certainly figured out we don't fly missions at night, not cap. Six Sallies were damaged in this one. They were bombing from 7,000 feet. And they come in with four Nels. Two of those Nels were damaged. Okay, good job, Singapore. They really held them off the airfield there as well, so that's a good thing. Nine Bettys in on Batangas. Blah, 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 blah. Seven Bettys. Guess where? All right, that's it for the night bombing. And here we go. Let's see where the main task force is. They should really, I mean, if they're going at mission speed, should be in at Surabaya if that's where they're headed. I mean, that we have no idea where they're going, but let's get that sub, please. Submarine attacks. So this is just off the home islands. This is us, the SS Tuna. All right. Up against the AK Sancho Maru. We launched two torpedoes. Nothing happened though. We still need to make that decision about what we're going to do here at Rabaul. Are we going to reinforce it? Do we think that we can get freight up to it? Supply, fuel. Can we get that? Logistically, maybe we'll take a little bit of time this next time because I do want to focus on Australia the next time and Moresby, that kind of area. We'll take some real time and decide what we want to do about Rabaul. All right, we're spotting all kinds of stuff. No shocker there. Okay, we're picking up a lot of their fighters, whether it be at Tarakan or just off the coast of Borneo. Are they flying out over Suva? These seem like false sightings to me in some of these places. Well, probably not at Davao, though. There's that damn sub. Will somebody go blow up that sub? I really want to get rid of that sub before his task force comes through. Down here in the strait near Oosthaven. Oh, I also want to get rid of those off the coast of Australia. Okay, here come the airstrikes. Oh, look at this. Batangas. These people have just got to have PTSD at this point. Yeah, they hit it again with a lot. 28 zeros and 20 betties. Okay. They're still detecting we have aircraft there, but those aircraft aren't going anywhere. Um, Wu Chao, they're now bombing. We're pulling out of everywhere in the southeast except Wu Chao, so good place for them to bomb. They're now bombing Temala. Okay. We've got all those forces streaming down Malaya, trying to get the hell out of there, or at least back to Singapore. We'll see. We may have waited a turn or two too late, although, look, they're going to all die anyway. I mean, they're going to be captured probably, but you know, it's just a matter of how long can you hold the Japanese up. Nate and Lily's coming in at Wu Chao again. He'll probably just bomb the absolute living daylights out of that. Oscar's Lilies in on Madan. They should jump over to Sumatra soon with this amount of bombing, or you would think they would. All right, I'm going to fast forward through the bad weather, can't run recon stuff. All right, here we go. Afternoon attack on Batangas. Good lord. They're destroying their own airfield. I mean, they're not going to really need to use it, but one Lily damage that time. 27 Sally's in. We're not putting, I mean, they're not even getting operational losses, doesn't look like. Wind Chow, what did they say? Wu Chow? Wind Chow is the only place we're holding here. We're moving everybody else out to the extent we can. Oh, this unit did get out. Excellent. 22, 11, and 20. No Japanese losses. Okay. A little shell shock, maybe. Temela again. We lost two vehicles, two airbase hits, three runway hits. Okay. We're not running anything out of that. They're now bombing Kukong or Kukong, which is probably a good idea. This is a very important spot. It's kind of the gateway from the south toward Changsha. 6 and 5 coming in. Now they're over Rangoon. Oh, we got quite a bit of cap up. Let's see how that works out. So we had 10 Oscars, 5 Lilies coming in. We destroyed a Lily. They destroyed a Flying Tiger. That's not a fair trade for us. We don't, that's not great. It's not great. It's not good. It's not good when we trade 1 for 1 with those guys. Clark Field. Now that's really where they should be bombing. They hit Clark Field with 12 and 12. Looks like they're scouting out Bencalis. They really seem to be, thinking about jumping over to Sumatra here at any moment. Bombing in again on 7th War Area, which is at Kukong. Well, we've got a lot of sightings. Actually, the bombing, it's been steady, but it's not, ticked up any. This is kind of the normal amount of bombing here. They're in on Maguire. We're trying to get the base. We've actually abandoned that base. So, okay, go for it. Hit your own potential runway. All right, taking stuff out to Bima and Buna and Kunming. I like that. More out to Buna. That'll make you guys happy. Um, Got some subgroups combining. I'll kind of fast forward through that. Now we start looking at the Naval Warfare PB. Shota Maru number 6. The Porpoise is after it. The escorts sighted it, I should say, but they couldn't find the Porpoise out here. So the tuna and the porpoise are all over. You can see we've got American subs around the home islands. Being a little bold with those, but that's all right. They have had a little bit of joy out there. I think they, knocked a couple of cargo ships out. Land move attack phase. All right, we're going to be marching around in China quite a bit here since we've moved all those. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hit escape and we'll just watch everybody move here. Moving down India, moving across to Australia. Seeing a lot of that. Okay. This is the battle at Xin Yang. We're attacking here. No, wrong. He's attacking. We were trying to attack, or at least I had the order in. The Japanese decide to attack instead. 8,000 troops up against 41,000 of our forces. We should get a pretty decent result here. Their assault odds were 1 to 66. They took 1,700 casualties. We took 40, including we just destroyed 21 squads. So very nice there. We may actually drive him out of there. Japanese bombardment attack out here. These are those units trying to get back to Patao that we talked about earlier. Ground combat near Taiwan. They had 1,200 troops. We have 15,000 troops. They were just bombarding, but we maybe want to keep that in mind and attack back there. I had sent this force back to Cyan. Now I think maybe we turn them around and we start to go a little on the offensive there. We outnumber them essentially 14 or 15 to 1. Okay, Japanese deliberate attack at Kuala Lumpur. Now he's only got 1,100 troops as part of this first attack. We actually get very nice assault odds because of the fort level. 1 to 12, so 12 to 1 in our favor. He took 113 casualties. We took 141. He must have pulled back very quickly. So we're looking strong there. More battle at Xin Yang. This time, we're on the attack. Oh, excellent. This was cool. So they attacked first. We just chewed on them. Now we're attacking back. 30, almost 40,000 troops against 8,000. We get 2 to 1 odds is all we're getting there. Japanese casualties 219. We took 751. I mean, that's the problem on going to the offense with with the Chinese, excuse me. Um, you know, they're just not great, well equipped. They're not great troops, and so you're hardly ever going to get better than 2 to 1 odds, and you really need 3 to 1, right? All right, so that's the end of that. But I was overall pretty happy with all that. Their main task force did not do anything again this time. I mean, nothing offensive really. We didn't see it shooting beams out of its eyes. Um, I don't want to speak too soon. Who knows? We'll click down there and all of a sudden it'll just knock everything. Nope, we're on to December 30th. Perfect. Let's actually go down to that area of the world though and see where they are. All right, they're kind of converging on Macassar a little bit. Interesting. Well, gosh darn it, get out of here. This this guy, what is this? Oh shoot, that's an A. Oh, it's that crappy little AO. I mean, you don't want to lose any tanker, right? But all right, he's trying to flee. We've done a good job of completely abandoning the area. You see, we've got some subs, that are out here, but this is really the only thing that's in the line of fire. Um, when we come back next time, we'll look over the stats from this turn. I do think, we'll look a little bit around on Java just because we kind of have to. We'll check out Celebus here, including Macassar and Kendari, but then we'll get down into Australia, make sure we've got that all set up, and probably resolve another turn. I would really like to get to episode 100 and also get into 1942, which we will, of course, live stream that. I promise you guys. So anyway, thank you so much. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.